Howdy YouTube, welcome back to my Defending the Indefensible video about Hot Rod. I've got him in robot mode now, and I will show you exactly what he looks like. This is Hot Rod's robot mode, which I think looks amazingly good. In fact, if you really want to look, if you check out the IDW comics and some of the covers, you can definitely tell it was influenced by this mold because of the way the shoulders look with those car parts. There's a lot of the influence of the alternators look in the IDW infiltration, devastation, escalation, devastation look of Rodimus, or Hot Rod as he's called in that, because they actually get to call him Hot Rod in that. Basically, he's a remold, a slight retool and a definite redeco of the alternator slash Vinyltech Mirage mold. And one of the best things is his new head. His head is very Rodimus. It even comes with this little visor that you can flip down or flip up. That's up. And then you can pull this part right here up to flip it back down. I kind of like to leave it in the down position because it makes him look a little bit tougher. And it also simulates the time when he uses the visor in the movie to look at the Autobot shuttles that's coming down to Earth and getting shot at. As far as the Flame Deco, a lot of people don't like this one as much as the... this was also released at the San Diego Comic-Con as Hot Rodimus or Rodimus Prime as well as an exclusive with more of a flame deco on the car. I think it looks more in disguise with just the flame deco on the arms. I really like the flame deco on the arms. I think that looks great with the yellow hands and everything. It's a really good look for him. I think that works. He's got lots of good articulation, as you would expect from an Alternator's figure. He's got a little bit of kibble back there, not too terribly much because it's doors on a car robot, and we all know. You can even push them up and pull them out, so they'd be more like the door wings on a say like Mirage or Jazz. On like Jazz or Prowl or Silver Streak. All the people who had car door wings. You can do that if you really want, but I kind of like to put them down. It makes the robot mode look a little cleaner from the front. It's got good articulation in the legs. They move out, they move down. It's got articulated feet that move back and forth on the sides. He's a good figure. And the only problem is, if I recommend him to you, he's getting harder and harder to find, and he commands the highest price of any of the KISS Players figures, period. One tiny little detail I also wanted to point out that I missed in car mode is that on his tires, you cannot really see it, but it says Cybertronian Radial on there. Same thing on the Optimus toy. And I really think that was a neat detail. Also, these tires are the kind of rubbery plastic we'd expect from, say, G1 Optimus Prime. So it's a nice little thing. It grips well on your shelf when it's car mode, and he looks fantastic. Now, Rodimus in the series gets distracted easily. You could call him the ADHD robot. And he likes to go fishing, which is why he has a fishing rod. You can put that in his hand and close it up, and you can send him fishing. Yay, Rodimus can fish. He also comes with two weapons. To simulate his double guns from the original series, his engine block splits into two guns. Put those in his hands. I'll do this real quick off screen, sorry. But you can put them in his hands and simulate the exact kind of, well, they're not exactly the same, but they're two different guns, just like he had two different guns in his original form in G1. And I forget the name of the guns, I'm really sorry about that. I know he's got some kind of laser blaster and something else, but, the thing about these guns is they can also double as tonfa weapons if you turn them around, which is a nice thing, because he is also a martial artist. Because of ShaoShao training him, he knows martial arts. She's a kung fu girl, you see. A stereotype, I know, but it's a cute stereotype for her, and it works. She's the kung fu girl who teaches him everything he needs to know about martial arts. And one of the other things about kiss playing is that you can transfer your skills, your human skills, to your robot partner by kissing them. And he wants ShaoShao to kiss him to teach him martial arts, but she wants to teach him the old-fashioned way because she keeps pretending she doesn't like to kiss him. Now, she actually doesn't like to kiss him when he's been out fishing, because then he comes back smelling like fish, and she thinks that's disgusting. And even though ShaoShao protests a bit too much about kissing him, she actually likes it, except when he's been fishing. Now, you might be wondering, why does this fishing rod look like it splits into parts? Because it does. This is an awesome accessory that didn't come with the SDC, the San Diego Comic-Con version of this figure. And it helps with his classic Rodimus type look. Let me show you what I mean. Let me put him down for a second. You take the fishing rod and you split it in 3. And there's little pegs on the side. Little post and port assembly on the side, so you can slide it together like this to create kind of a hand weapon. And this is where I think this is one of the best things about this figure. You take his arm, you slide this on the arm like so, and suddenly you've got his triple arm blaster from G1. And that to me just finishes the figure perfectly, makes him look so much more like Rodimus, and something that I can't believe they let... Well, I can because it's kind of an odd accessory, but it really makes this figure better, in my opinion, than the San Diego Comic-Con version. And this is truly a wonderful figure. The Deco is great. I mean, look at that Autobot symbol right there on his crotch. Well, yeah, it's kind of goofy. And you can take his little ShaoShao figure, perch her on his shoulder like so, and bam! In fact, if you really want my opinion, I have a feeling that the whole Human Alliance thing from Revenge of the Fallen takes more than a little inspiration from both the Vinyltech Asterisk and the Kiss Players thing. It just adds a lot more interactivity between the two figures than we had with these. Mainly because these don't move, and all they really do is sit on the shoulders in here, even though in the fiction, they do a heck of a lot more. So, ShaoShao goes around and fights with Rodimus for a while. I mean, fights at Rodimus' side, merging with him when they fight the Legions, fighting Optimus Prime, fighting Marissa. And then everything comes to a head. Everyone comes together, they realize what's going on, they talk about it. Rodimus and Optimus basically come to the agreement that it really is Optimus in some form or another. Mostly just animated by Marissa's desire for Optimus to be alive, which explains another problem a lot of people have with the series. Some people think it's goofy that at times Prime is worried about if Marissa's gaining weight or how Marissa's feeling. This is easily explained by the fact that he is not actually possessing of a spark, but was animated by Marissa's desires for him. And therefore he acts in accordance to what she wants. And in many ways, that actually makes him not the real Optimus, just a sort of creepy, zombified servant of Marissa, which is really an odd thing if you think about it. But Hot Rod is Hot Rod. He will always be Hot Rod, the impulsive, impetuous Hot Rod, who comes to Earth to save everyone and make amends, and gets a bit sidetracked on the way. My next video for Kiss Players will be covering the end of the first season. There are 2 seasons of Kiss Players. There's Kiss Players and there's Kiss Players Position. The oddly and strangely named Kiss Players Position, mind you, because it's kind of suggestive. Anyway, this has been Rodimus. This is a toy I cannot recommend enough for collectors. I think it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite figures in my entire collection, period. I'm a kind of a Rodimus fan, too, so I've been waiting to do this video, and I've been planning it, and I just wanted to do him actual justice. He's just a great figure. I mean, he has all kinds of poses, and just for the record, yes, he can do the Perceptor kick. Ha! That was for you, Time Lord. Hope you enjoyed it. Also, Cybertron Axe, I've got a little message for you. I got something I want to show you real quick. I have one of these. This is the Leo Prime. That horrible, horrible remold. You know what? I hate it. I think it's crap. I'm not even going to try to defend that. That is absolutely indefensible. Anyway, this has been Zip Disc. This has been Rodimus. This has been ShaoShao. We're signing off now. And in the words of ShaoShao, Xie Xie Ni. Thank you very much. Bye.